All right, man, let's see how much this costs, man, because right now we got 10,030 life seed, 24,205 EOD, 19,490 TCP, 7,709 CCF, 10,513 carbonadium, and 10,440 soul of Faltine. So let's go. Let's freaking go, guys. Oh, yeah. Let's look at one more thing. Right now we have 750,135,476 gold. We keep that in mind also. All right. So let's do it. Let's do it. Level up. I'm not going to keep track of the bios, man. We're just going to go with it. We're just going to go with it. Oh, yeah. Auto select. Don't really care. Okay. All right. Auto select. There we go. Yeah, we'll go ahead and give you some more EOD. Boy, the gold is draining quickly. The gold is draining quickly. Woo, 6 million that time. Damn. All right. So now we got the gear. And here's where we're going to use some CCF, carbonadium, and soul of Faltine. Let's go. Let's go. Let's freaking go, man. Oh, boy. That was 6, 14. All right. 11. I mean, not too bad so far. 6. Good, good, good. All right. 3, 3. Okay. And that wasn't too bad. That went pretty good. That went pretty good. The level alone was 15 million. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, yeah. Native tier 2. First native tier 2 getting a tier 4. 23. Oh, my God. That sucked. Oh, that sucked. That was pain. That was pain, guys. That was pain. I've been saving these materials for a long time. Man, look at how fast. I mean, guys, look at how fast this carbonadium is dissipating. And the soul of Faltine, it's just going bye-bye. Look at this, right? Look at how much of this is lost. Like, look at 5,488 of this. I had, what did I have? I had 10,500 of these damn things, and it's already down to 5,488. Holy, that is insane, man. Wow. Wow. 25. God dang. 20. Oh, you bastards. You bastards. Oh my God. So now we got to upgrade the skills. Let's see what this is going to cost. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Upgrade this one. Maybe it's not as bad as I originally thought it was. Because right now we're down to 690 million. We've spent about 60 million in gold so far. This is just, you got to remember, this is just taking the character from tier 3 to tier 4. This doesn't count Jean's cost when you're actually leveling her up and building her up. Wow. Well, the moment of truth, my friends, the moment of truth. And, oh, we're going to get that sweet accumulation. That's going to be awesome on this girl. We're going to enjoy it in all its glory, in all its glory. Here we go. Ready? Let's do it. Damn. Damn to damn, 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 damn. Damn to damn, damn, damn. Now look at this here, guys. The energy attack went from 67. I mean, it was plus 8,000. It's not too bad. Pretty sweet, right? Pretty substantial. Look at her HP. It jumped up 10,000, right? Man, that instinct went up nutty, right? So now I'm going to play through World Boss, guys, and then we're going to test her out and see how good she actually is. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and as you all just saw, I have Tier 4 Jean Grey, and I wanted to give you guys my thoughts so far about the character and where I feel her utility actually lies, and whether or not you actually should level this character up, and whether or not you should actually buy this uniform. So the first thing, guys, as always, is the aesthetics that Netmarble gives these characters is absolutely beautiful. Jean looks wonderful, right? She's a total goddess, and she definitely proves to be a total goddess in multiple game modes, which already hints to you guys whether or not she's really worth building up. Now, they turned her into a universal villain, which is actually very, very handy, especially in ABL and ABX. That is actually quite nice, although we just did get Black Bolt, but she's still going to have some utility in there as well. Now, my Jean has 75,000 energy attack. She has her attack speed is a little bit low, but her critical rate is 73%, which is really good because I do have a CTP of Rage on this character. She has max critical damage. Her ignore defense is a little shy, but it's not going to make a really big deal, especially considering I got 22% pierce on my account. Her dodge is 70%, so I can increase her damage a little bit more, at least as far as her critical rate and dodge, but not by a massive margin. These aren't really, that low compared to the maximum stats, so not too bad, right? She also only has just regular Urus, no Odin's Blessings, just, mythic energy attack Urus on her. So she's definitely got room to grow if I want to start throwing some Odin's Blessing on her. And I might do that. I mean, she really is going to be the kingdom come in the game. Now, as far as the tier 4, I actually am using Thor because he actually does have order. And if Thor was tier 4, which he's probably going to be my next tier 4, then this is actually going to be maxed out. We'll get a little bit more accumulation, which is very, very important for her damage. Not only will she get the stat bumps at tier 4, but she's going to get this accumulation. This is insane. The Reflect is probably going to be really great for timeline, and I'll show you guys, some live runs with that, see how she does. But, I'm just opted to use Thor for this, right? And then obviously, whenever characters are tier 4, you can put whatever striker you need, apply Fracture or Shock or whatever the case may be, which is definitely nice. Her tier 3 definitely hits harder in this uniform compared to her previous uniforms. It definitely does more damage. It is much stronger. Yeah, there's a big difference between having this uniform versus the other ones. Her passive gives her the decreased damage by 40%, which is really, really great, right? And then her second skill is really the money maker as far as damage with the ignore iframe. That is actually really awesome. The immunity. This is a very, very good skill. If they don't have no debuff up, she can actually time freeze them as well. This is an OP little zigzag skill that she does. It's just nuts. The 3 gives her an insane heal, which is awesome for her, especially for her survivability, along with that decreased damage received by 40%. Just insane in PvE content and PvP content. Very, very useful. It is a delay cancel skill if you want to get the most damage out of this thing. The 4 is an immediate cancel. You can cancel immediately, which is actually really nice. Gives you the paralysis, which works well in regular World Boss. And then the 5th skill, you got to do a slight delay, very slight delay, and you'll get all the residual damage from this, but you get the 45% attack buff, you get the invincibility, which is nice, and you get the penetration that actually lasts for 10 seconds. The thing about Jean, like say in PvP, is she prioritizes her 5 and her 2. So she always gets her attack buff up, she's always going to use the penetration, and she's always going to have the ignore iframe. She just fluctuates between these two skills on auto all the time, which makes her a devastating force in PvP. Her passive, of course, gives her the revive, and then, of course, the leadership with the remove all debuff. Now, I haven't really worked out a rotation because I'm actually waiting for a no restriction day to show up so I can actually test her. Because the truth is, guys, whenever we look at the World Boss requirements, you can't really use her a whole lot. So if you do build this character, it's mainly going to be for PvP, and it's going to be for ABL and ABX. That's going to be the main reasons you'd probably want to build this character. Now, she does have native immunity guard break in her kit, which is awesome. So you can actually equip whatever obelisk you want on her to perform in PvP. It's not going to be optimal with the rage. Obviously, if you put a CTB regeneration, she's going to have more HP. She's going to have another built-in heal, and that's going to actually make her way, way better since she already has penetration on her 5th skill. But I'm actually doing a hybrid build where I use her in PvE and PvP. And the rotation that I kind of like to use is I like to do the 5, slight delay, 4, 3, delay. She'll kind of scoot up a little bit and then go into the second skill, right? And I'll do that again, and then you can actually use your tier 4 when you're ready to go. So we go 5, 4, 3, and then the 2 skill, right? You just got to slightly delay that 5th skill and you're good to go. Now, you will find, guys, if you want that tier 3 to do a little bit more damage, you would hit the tier 3 while you have your 4 and your 5 up to get in your 3. You get all that residual damage along with the tier 3. That thing just hits insanely hard. It is massive how much damage she does. However, unfortunately, guys, in World Boss, you just can't use her a lot. And that kind of sucks. And we'll get to a little bit more about her other uniforms here in a second. But, I don't have her type enhancement up, which would increase her damage, especially against, say, like against Mephisto, because he is a blast. She would have an advantage over him, right? So I will enhance this type enhancement, and honestly would help in PvP as well. So that's definitely something I'm going to be doing. She has a fully awakened overdrive set. She doesn't have an artifact, and I am rocking the CTB Rage, just a regular Rage, no Reforge, nothing like that. And then her uniform is at Mythic. And when you look at her uniform options, you can see that you have Blade, which is, it's a good uniform to have, especially for a sport for, like, say, Moon Knight. Then you have Maya, which is actually a really good leadership for speed characters, really awesome leadership. Professor X, and kind of whatever, Gilgamesh, very, very good for AC, but unfortunately, Timeline has kind of fallen off as far as the meta is concerned. And then you have Scarlet, which is actually a meta uniform, which is actually pretty damn awesome. Now, the thing about Jean, guys, is like, as far as PvE is concerned, like, you go into World Boss, and we'll start off with Null, because most players, they're going to be facing Null. This is the highest stage you can use her in. Mutant. 54 is the highest you can actually use her in. If you go beyond that, she's not a human, guys. She's a mutant, right? She's not a combat. She's not a male, right? You just can't use her all the way up here. So it really sucks that she can only do, stage 54, right? That's kind of a bummer that she can only do stage 54. It's really not that high of a level, and she doesn't really even need to be tier 4 to do well in this thing. She doesn't need to be tier 4 at all, guys. Like, she will mutilate this stage. Again, guys, I'm still kind of working on the rotation. Playing on my emulator, it's going to lag a little bit. So, I probably should have done some recording on my phone. Probably would have been a lot better. But anyways, we'll do it live. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Right, and there's that tier 4, right, kicking in. And you guys can see the damage that she does. And I got entangled there, which kind of sucked, right? That kind of sucked. But it's nice that she's got that built-in immunity to guard break. We'll hit that second skill, and I haven't even hit. There we go. So I'm gonna do the, and we got caught in the cage, right? But you can see the drift, guys. You get the drift. Her damage is pretty nutty, right? Easily plows through this stuff. No problem, right? 50 seconds, probably could have done it even faster than that, right? She does get caught in those tornadoes quite a bit, which kind of sucks. And there's her tier 4, and boom, right? She destroys this thing, right? And again, she doesn't need to be tier 4 for this at all, right? It's not that high of a stage, in all honesty, on this account. Okay, so we're going to kind of scoot over here. Here's her tier 4. And booyah. You really can't even see what the hell's going on, to be perfectly honest, because her animations are insane, right? They're beautiful. They look awesome. But you really can't see anything that's going on at all whenever you're playing with the character, which is, that's just kind of the thing that plagues, this game. Is like, these characters have all these insane animations, but boy, you just can't see what the hell is going on. And booyah, right? Piece of cake, guys. Piece of cake. And we'll come over here, and we'll just go ahead and do the... I just went ahead and hit my tier. And booyah, right? So, she did this in, 2 minutes and 15 seconds? Right? Easily destroys this thing. Easily plows through it. And again, maybe I could change my rotation. I'm not even using maximum strikers on this thing at all, right? But this is what sucks. You can't go no higher here. And then when you go to Mephisto, right? If you go to Mephisto, guys, you have Universal Superhero. if you change to her old uniform where she's Universal Superhero, on my account, guys, with 120% energy attack, she cannot do it. She doesn't do enough damage. She needs her Dark Phoenix uniform to really shine. Now, maybe on some other accounts, guys, where they have, you know, I mean, look, I mean, even my Valor is actually good, right? And I still had a lot of trouble switching to her Universal Superhero uniform. She just wasn't doing enough damage. Now, this is with a CTP of Rage. Maybe with something else, it'd be a different story, right? Maybe if I put a Brilliant, it'd be a different story, right? Brilliant Destruction on her, or the Brilliant Judgment that I have. And then I might end up putting a Brilliant Judgment on her. Let me know if you guys would like to see that, to see how well she does, because I mean, that probably would be better than the Rage for her. And if any character would have a Brilliant, she'd be a great candidate because she already has Immunity Guard Break built into her kit. But I mean, you just don't get to use the character because of all these restrictions. You don't get to use her. I mean, it kind of sucks, guys. It kind of blows donkey butt that you can't use her. I mean, yeah, she can do 48, but there's plenty of other blast characters that are much cheaper to level up than her that she can actually use here. And that is really, really unfortunate. So if you're looking for a character for World Boss Legend, I don't think Jean Grey is a really very good choice. Don't get me wrong, guys. She's godly. She's super strong. She's awesome. But because of the restriction, because she's a mutant, right? You just don't get to use her a whole lot in these things. And the fact that she's a villain, and the fact that she really needs her Dark Phoenix uniform to really shine, right? But again, maybe if I change the obelisk instead of CTP of Rage, put something else on her, it'd be a different story. I mean, that is just something to think about, right? Oh, yeah. So let's jump into ABL and ABX. I kind of jumped the gun there. So in ABL and ABX, this is another place, guys, where I feel she can shine, right? Now, there's already players that can already do the no requirements with like Iron Man, with Black Bolt. Like, so, how valuable this would be for you, I don't really know, depending on the character you had, depending on the level of your account. But Jean is very, very strong. I cannot wait to test her in here. And I'll probably end up throwing that Brilliant on her just out of curiosity. But I might show you guys a run with a Rage just to see what she can do here, right? But whenever you move along, guys, you have Universal Female. This is another place where she is going to shine something fierce. She is going to be the meta on this day, guys. She will be better than Scarlet Witch for sure at tier 4. She's freaking insane, guys. Super, super strong, right? And then we kind of scroll over a little bit, right? And here we have Blast Superhero. Honestly, guys, I think Storm, considering, like, I'm just guessing, I don't really know yet, but considering the damage that Jean did in her previous, that I've tested with her previous uniforms, I think Storm in her paywall uniform at tier 4 is probably still going to be stronger than Jean at tier 4 with her old uniforms. I'm pretty much betting. I don't really know. You can't use the Dark Phoenix uniform here, so I don't, but you still could use her here. I just don't know how well she's going to do. That is something we will be testing in the future. So that is something else to keep in mind, right? No requirements, again, is the same thing as I said earlier for those other no requirements. So, and then you have Superhero Mutant. And again, guys, I think Storm's probably going to be the best tier, in all honesty, at tier 4. I just don't know how strong Jean's actually going to be in this game mode, or even if she's going to get that 6 million points and get the maximum rewards out of here with her old uniforms. I mean, maybe she'll get it. I don't really know, guys. And maybe it's going to depend on the obelisk that she's going to have, right? With her Rage, will she be able to do it? I can, test that and find out for you guys and give you some feedback on it. But I do think that ABL and ABX is kind of a game mode where she will be pretty valuable for some players, definitely. Now, I'm going to run with this team right here. This is a pretty OP team for Timeline. Now, granted, guys, I have a CTP of Rage on my girl, right? Now, here's the thing. We're probably going to, okay, so we have Energy Reflect here, right? Energy Reflect. How well are we going to do here? Well, let's find out, right? I mean, if she isn't in an iframe, then, she can get reflected, right? Now I'm just going to wait, let Thanos kind of do his job. Now Thanos just messed up. So we're just going to go ahead and bring in Jean here. There we go. And Gore put a whooping on her, right? Gore put a whooping on her. Okay. Now what's she going to do? And like I said, she just prioritizes the 5 and the 2, guys. Now she'll hit that second skill, right? This is on auto. There's that second skill. And she'll hit the 5th skill. And she died, right? So that is definitely not something you want to see, that's for sure. So it does go to show you guys that she isn't invincible, right? And again, in PvP, if you want to make her better for PvP, I would advise putting a regeneration on her. The more HP she has, the better, in all honesty, because she doesn't prioritize her third skill in PvP. She doesn't prioritize that damn thing. And because she doesn't prioritize it, she doesn't get her heals. And if she doesn't get her heals, then she, since she's not going to be healing up, she can die. So that's kind of a disadvantage of me having a rage on her, right? That's a big disadvantage of me having a rage. Now, I've actually used her quite a few times in here in PvP. She actually does pretty well for the most part. Really, really good. But I believe with her regeneration, that's where she becomes the kingdom come, right? That's where she's going to become godly. But I'm not going to be putting one on her because I value that PvE content, right? More than I do PvP. That's just me, my personal preference, right? Gore's down. He's going to come back. And you notice, guys, she isn't getting her heal, right? She doesn't use her third skill. So that's kind of the thing. Now, if I used her third skill, right, gave her a good heal, right, if I was just using her third skill over and over, it's going to be a different ball game, guys. It's going to be a totally different ball game, right? Okay? It's just a different ball game whenever you use that third skill because she has that heal. So if I keep using the third skill over and over, this kind of reminds me of like Gore with his second skill, right? It reminds me of Gore with his second skill. So let me go to another team. Let me see what we got. Okay, we got a Gene. We don't want to face a Gene. And I got a feeling, guys, we're going to see a lot of Genes here. And that's kind of why I went with that other team, right? I mean, it's just going to be Gene. Yeah, okay, so let's try this team right here, okay? We got Gore, Hulk, right, and Colossus, okay? And I'll just let it play on auto, all on her own to see what she does, right? But again, guys, like, if you start using her third skill, you got a rage on her and you're using a third skill, she'll do insane. Like, she'll do so well. Like, right now, if she would use that third skill, guys, she would get a heal, right? So I just hit the third skill for her, and now she's getting some heals, right? And now she's doing extremely well, right? I'm going to hit that third skill again. Oh, she died. Okay. I hit the third skill, right? So that way she has those heals and she's going to do way better. Right? And then she'll just do her 5 and her 2 afterwards over and over. She did die. Oh, Hawk took her out. Wow. That's pretty impressive, actually. That's pretty impressive. I mean, Hawk died, man. Hawk died. And yeah, we got reflected, which kind of sucked. I don't have a lot of HP on this account, which is, kind of unfortunate. Let me try that team again, right? We'll do this one more time. So this is really giving you guys an idea of how she performs, like say with a CTB of Rage on her. And she can do really well, guys. But I think if you're going to use a Rage, at least from the experience that I've had, I mean, this is top team, guys. This is top team. At least from my experience, you really need to use that third skill every once in a while if you're going to put a Rage on her because she really needs that heal to give her a little extra survivability. Right? There's that heal. There's your second skill, right? Right? I used the third skill again, try to get a little bit of heal, and she died. So, I mean, she's not invincible. She definitely can croak, unfortunately, But again, guys, if you put a regeneration on her, I think it'd be a different world in PvP. But I personally, guys, again, I'm just using her as a hybrid character, right? I'm just using her as a hybrid character. She does perform better when you use her third skill, so she actually gets a heal if you're using a CTP of Rage, right? But again, I mean, but these are top teams, guys. Like whenever I face just regular timeline and I'm just running through timeline, she pretty much destroys everything. But these are top teams that I'm taking on, and yeah, they're just they have the characters really built. They got reforged CTPs and all kinds of crazy crap on their characters. So it's truly not a super fair comparison, but it does give you an idea of where she stands. But all in all, guys, like if you're ABL, ABX focused, PvP focused, I do think this uniform is absolutely worth buying. Now, I do think she's a really good tier 4 character. But if your concern is only World Boss Legend, because of the restrictions and the requirements, I don't really think tier 4ing her is really a good idea. It's really up to you whether or not you want to do it. But this girl is an extremely expensive investment. I mean, I spent 3,000 life speed, 3,600 EOD. I spent 2,000 CCF, and I spent 7,600 carbonadiums and 6,000 solofaltines to get this girl from tier 3 to tier 4. That's a lot of damn material. So you need to really weigh out whether or not you think it's actually worth it. But I'm personally very happy with my purchase. So guys, let me know what you think about the Dark Phoenix. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. TT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.